It is the odd couple. Ephraim Salaam in for Rob, Kelvin Washington. Man, we are behind it. We got to get to our man, Olden Polynice, right now, former NBA center, Fox Sports Radio, NBA analyst as well. Olden Polynice, one on X. Olden, I don't know if you were listening. Appreciate you joining as always. Did you hear the conversation?
No, I did not.
I'll get straight to it. The original point of it was, why is there a gap between players, obviously like yourself, who played in the league, and their reverence for Kobe, and they have him first, second, or third, it's right around there. And a lot of times these polls, these lists, these writers, or wherever they put Kobe somewhere, 7, 8, 9 through 12. What's the big disconnect? Players love him. He's your favorite player's favorite player. What is it about that? What, in your opinion, why we have that disconnect?
Well, the disconnect is what's been going on with everything else in our world, is that everybody has an opinion. And so it makes it very difficult because no one's ever come up with the criteria for being great, for being the GOAT, for being, the best ever, whatever terminologies you want to use. It's who do I like? How am I feeling about this guy? And that's it. Because no one knows. Is it stats? Is it rings? Is it, longevity? What is it? And so to me, that's part of it. But with Kobe, it goes deeper than that because, it's just like with everything else, stuff that happened, off the floor, and the fact that, he became who he became based off of what happened with him and Shaquille, because a lot of people are still upset about that, but it's like that had nothing to do with him. So guys get blamed for stuff they have nothing to do with. He's not management, so he doesn't make a decision on breaking up a team. We've been watching Boston. They're only 2 years removed from a championship, or a year removed from a championship. And already they're breaking that team apart because of an injury. So there's so many different components that go into this. That's why I don't listen to it. But recently I made a statement.
Okay. What was that statement?
I got upset on some of these players, ex-players that are running their mouths, about Kobe, and, people on social media were like, so we can't talk about people when they're dead. I'm like, no, that's not it, because you got to listen to the totality of the conversation. What I was saying is this: none of you guys had the audacity to say anything to that man when he was alive, especially being his contemporary. And the fact that like a Tracy McGrady or somebody saying, well, if I had Shaquille, I would have won championship. You had Yao Ming. So leave me alone with that crap.
Facts. There you go.
Okay, I was with you, Olden. Then you just compared from Shaq to Yao. Yao was nice.
About?
Yao was nice. He ain't Shaq.
You don't think Kobe Bryant could have won with Yao Ming?
Yes, because Kobe's greater than T-Mac. I don't disagree with that.
That's the point.
Hold on, wait. Just made my point.
You don't think T-Mac could have won with Shaq?
I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't win.
Penny didn't. I don't know.
You don't.
Penny didn't. I don't know.
So then we don't know if they win.
What I'm saying is I don't know. What I do know is Kobe Bryant won without Shaquille O'Neal.
He did, facts. But I'm saying T-Mac can say, I felt I would win with Shaq. I don't think
everybody
that's
can say that. Gilbert Arenas said the same thing.
And Gilbert got to take a chill pill,
right? Like I'm like, what? Come on, man.
Guys.
And you're right, OP. The fact that the disrespect.
Listen, then that's what happens with this stuff. Everybody has their opinions and what they believe. And so to me, I try not to deal with it because it's all stupid. That's like me saying, you know what, man, I was better than Wilt Chamberlain. I can't prove that. So it's just dumb talk.
Look, where do you stand? Where do you rank Kobe?
Once again, this is my personal opinion,
and we're gonna listen to it because you played.
I love Kobe dearly. I appreciate Kobe for what he did. But if I'm picking top five, like my top five, he's not in my top five as far as like the totality of everything, because I do have criteria.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so
I like
if
that.
you're not meeting those criteria, then you can't be in my top five. Is he one of my favorite players of all time? Hell yes. Like I'll watch Kobe play every damn day.
Right.
Like I still rewatch his last game. I just love the man and how he plays.
So
basketball.
OP, so where you got him, OP? Since we're gonna do the stupid thing that we all do and rank players and list players, where you got him? If he's not in your top five, where is he?
He's number 6 for me. He's right outside of my top 5.
Who's in there?
I got to put Magic.
Okay.
It's Magic, Bird, and they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, then I got Stockton in my top 5 because again, I know what my criteria are. I got Wilt Chamberlain and I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wait. Olden Polynice might just hit. I thought I had heard it all with List, Ephraim.
Almost blew my hip out. Falling out this chair.
Wait, I want to make sure. Wow. Wait, I think John Stockton ears just perked up. All the way in Gonzaga or wherever
he was
BYU,
like, for real?
Wherever. Wait, what?
But once again, you asked me.
I want to know why you put him there. We know it's you, OP. We want to know why you.
I'm not telling you you're wrong because it's your opinion.
I might be trying to say you're wrong.
Because I have certain criteria that I use.
No, I want to hear this criteria
have
now.
Data and all that stuff, so that's what I use. I use facts, not fiction.
Okay, I want to hear. Wait, real quick. Make sure I heard you correctly. John Stockton is in your top 5.
John is in my personal top 5. Me as a person, yes.
Okay. So it's John.
He has a record.
Who's that the one? John?
He has 2 records that will never be broken.
Steals and assists.
He has 2 records that will never be broken.
But he didn't break the.
People that do stuff like that have to be revered. They have. Come on, man. You have to look at it in its totality. See, we're talking about. You guys are looking at, who had highlights and who did this and who did. No, it's the totality of everything.
I don't know if he was better than Isaiah Thomas. I don't think John Stockton was better than Isaiah.
That's your opinion.
As good as John was, he couldn't get a chip.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to argue it.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm going to argue when we hang up, OP.
That's all I'm saying. I could. Hey, man, I could have said 5 other names. It would still be mine.
It would be yours. It's definitely yours. I don't know. You go ahead, Ephraim.
He had me speechless with the John Stockton. I was with you.
I was like, okay. You guys
criteria. You're right. We get it.
We're all going to have different people. Again, I don't need clickbait. I know what I like.
What are y'all trying to say? You got Alex and Rob G trying to say, shut us up? Is that what you're
trying
to say?
Listen.
They're giving you applause.
Everybody's going to have their preference.
Olden, they're giving you applause because they said you're the first people to shut us up.
And we're right. Leave us speechless. But look, I respect your opinion because I respect you as a player, OP. You know that. I have nothing but respect for you. Anybody to play as long as you played and the time that you played in the NBA. I can argue with you, but I'll always, respect your opinion because you were there. You were part of it. You saw it. So you knew what guys were bringing out of the locker room onto the floor every day. Period.
Exactly. And if I could say one last thing, the greatest trait that I have that I've been blessed with is to revere and respect others for what they've done. I'm not going to dismiss John Stockton because why? He's 6
No, he's incredible.
Right? He's this and that. No, because just like perfect example. I saw Elvin Hayes last week in Las Vegas. I had to go to Elvin Hayes. Nobody talks about Elvin Hayes. What I said to him was this: thank you for everything you did for us. And that's what I try to do with everybody, because you have to respect these men for what they've done over the years. Everybody, LeBron, Kobe, Michael, Pippen, Alvin Robinson, I don't care, because we all had to go through something to get where we are.
All right. Well, Olden, we are out of time, but I ain't going to lie, brother. That was the first time me and Ephraim ever were speechless.
We were looking at each other.
I'm glad.
We barely heard. I was like, did he say John Stockton?
It was the day. You know that today, I believe, is the day they said is one of the fastest days on Earth, I believe it was, where it's the fastest. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I felt like we were in the Matrix right there, because we both looked at each other and froze up. I was like, did time just stand still?
Neo, the one.
Y'all wanted me to say one of the trendy names.
No. I just wanted you to give us what you thought, and that's what you did.
John Stockton sitting there having dinner, and he froze. He's like, yeah, baby, the other. And John Stockton froze. Olden, appreciate you as always, man. See you in a little bit.
Right.
All right, Olden Polynice, the day the earth stood still. We had Olden Polynice, who played many years in the NBA. Of course, he is a NBA analyst for Fox Sports Radio. Done radio with him. He's a good dude. But he dropped something on us that we weren't prepared for. The conversation was about how writers, pundits list all these websites, all these sites, and they always have Kobe Bryant usually somewhere out of the top 5, usually somewhere 6, 7-ish to about 11, 10, 11, 12. And the conversation was about why is that versus the players who played against him oftentimes have him 1, 2, or 3. And so we had a conversation about that, and then Olden pops up, and we said, hey, man, well, where do you bring? He explained his reasons why the lists are this, and and criteria is that. And we said, well, you know what? Dang it, since we're doing it, Olden, give us your top 5. And we said, clearly, both of us thinking even Kobe, he was going to be in his top 5, maybe 5th or something. He said, no, Kobe is 6th, which isn't crazy to me because you got guys, maybe it's going to be Bill Russell, it's going to be Wilt Chamberlain, it's going to be Jordan, LeBron, and Magic. He said Magic and Bird because they're paired at the hip. Okay, you get that. Then he said, I don't even remember who the rest, because then he hit us with John Stockton. And when he hit us with John Stockton,
that's what happened.
That
silence.
I've never looked at you, so I didn't know. I'm like, is he trolling me? Is he playing? Is he,
Man, OP no better than that, man.
And then he went on to explain it and said he's no one's ever going to take
different
his 2 stats.
Criteria.
His criteria. He said he has the all-time leader in assists, all-time leader in steals, and I said, dang it, but he didn't steal the ring from Mike. If he out here pilfering and theft.
Everybody in my top 5 has
a ring at least.
You
got to give me one.
Everyone.
And that blew us away. So anyway, is there any basketball take you have, whether it be a list or just a something that, I know this ain't the traditional, but dang it, this is how I feel about that. That I don't think anything will rival John Stockton being in your top 5. I know you don't have that.
No, it's not that.
But do you have anything? Because that's interesting. We have this list. And to his point, though, the criteria is interesting because Rob G knows, because he and I will talk for hours about how I often think as a general manager, again, of how I comprise a team versus sometimes just, well, who's the best? Because I believe, I told you, Kobe Bryant is better than Shaq. But I'm going to take Shaq because I feel like I don't have to. I can have lesser around him, and I'm going to have pure dominance for a shorter time period, but the ceiling is through the roof. So that, you know what I mean? That's one for me that I think is just, I know Kobe's the better player, but I'm going to take Shaq if you give me 22, and I know I'm going to get it for 12 years. Well, however, give me Shaq. When you go, the conversation does get interesting. If you're going favorite players, like one of my favorite players are my top 5 favorite players, not the top 5 rankings of best players, Reggie Miller's in that.
Okay.
Just because one thing about your favorite players, favorite rappers, favorite shows, it's often in your formidable years. Your 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, something happened.
Yeah, but your formative years, if it's Reggie Miller, then there's also other players that were in your formidable.
But like Reggie Miller was doing amazing. He was the guy who 8 points, 8 seconds with the Knicks. He was the guy. Remember, I'm from Michigan. He was playing
the guy who lost to the Lakers in the finals
later. Yeah,
and
my formidable years.
He was the guy who
earlier
lost to the Bulls in the
This is
playoffs.
not a top 5. I know he ain't top 5. He might be top 50 or something.
I'm just trying to.
This is my favorite player. Like, I love watching this guy. That's a different list.
Okay.
Than your top. The top.
So then, Dub, here's the question.
Yes.
Olden Polynice is not. He didn't mean to be a hot take, but his hot take is that John Stockton, one of the 5 greatest players of all time. What is one hot take that you believe to your core, and it might not be a popular opinion, but one that you believe 1,000%?
That I'm still taking Isaiah Thomas over Steph Curry. I'm still taking. I understand. Steph is Steph.
Okay.
And Steph is tremendous, and I'm not mad if you take him over Zeke. Like he got to his credit.
Yeah.
His 2022 ring was the one that I said, okay, now I'm not mad. Previous to that, I was mad at you. I'm like, oh man, I don't see it. I don't get it. I get he's great. He's his best shooter. He's this, that. But I'm still taking Zeke. For me, was easy.
Oh,
that one put him to where I don't have a problem. If you take
along that line,
mine is Zeke is still. I'm still taking Zeke. And it could be home bias, but I'm still taking Zeke over Steph.
Well, let me ask you this, and you too, Rob. Who's the greatest point guard of all time?
Magic Johnson.
Rob?
Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Ephraim?
Magic, man. If he in my top 5, why would he running the point in my top 5?
Do we? But we need to come up with a combo guard conversation.
It's
Steph Curry is not
a shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard. That's what I'm saying. If there's no combo, then Steph is a shooting guard.
What you got to realize,
Allen Iverson is a shooting guard. If there's no if we're not going to create the combo guard,
all of the positions used to be labeled, right? You had a point guard, a PG.
Mm-hmm.
You had a shooting guard or a scoring guard, SG. you had a small forward, right? Stretch 3. You had a power forward, and then you had a center. Now, there are no positions even when you're voting for the All-Star.
I mean, Draymond is a center. It's crazy.
But there is no, they're just players.
And that's affects the All-NBA, by the way, because
you just vote for players.
Yeah.
So when you play position basketball, right, I'm a coach. I'm a youth coach. On my teams, the point guard leads our team because they have the ball first. They set the tone. And so as I construct my team and design plays, I take the kid who has the highest IQ because I know he'll be able to help facilitate and help others and put them in an easy position to score, opposed to me having kids trying to do things that they can't do. So for me, point guard is everything. Steph Curry is a tremendous shooter, the greatest shooter the game has ever seen. But if you're 60th on the assist list, you can't even come into the conversation of a point guard.
I'm blown away when people say he's the greatest point guard.
That doesn't make
I'm like,
any
wait,
sense.
wait. If you want to say he's the greatest shooting guard, well, he can't be combo guard. I'm okay with that.
Well, he's definitely not
shooter.
The greatest
that's
two guards.
That's Jordan, Kobe, D. Wade. If you're going just
right,
so that's why we have to have a Damian Lillard, Allen Iverson.
He's just the greatest
Steph
shooter.
Curry.
That's all. I mean, he's just the greatest shooter of all time.
Because
it's okay to just give him that.
They call him the point guard because he's the smallest on his team when the starting lineup
when they
is rolled
asked
out.
Magic, they said, "Hey, Magic, do you think Steph Curry is a better point guard than you?" Magic said, "Well, has he
Magic
been the 3-time MVP? Has he been a 3-time Finals MVP? Has he won 5 rings? Well, until he has." Don't ask me that again.
Magic usually is the most diplomatic. Don't
ask me that again.
Showtime. Yeah, Magic. Magic's one. It's not even Magic is the greatest point guard. And by the way, I think Magic and Bird are starting to get slightly disrespected as the years go by.
People have forgotten how good Larry Bird was.
Larry Bird,
the man was at league MVP 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row in the middle. So stupid, Roger.
Jordan was there.
In the middle of Jordan, Zeke, Dr. J,
Magic, Kareem. Everybody was there.
In the middle of all of them. He was back, and when he's kind of
3-time.
You know what he has? You know what he's like? Larry Bird is your favorite player from that era's favorite player, similar to how Kobe is of the two. Go ask them, Dominique. Look at his face. Hey, Dominique, how was?
Like today's guy with Kyrie.
Exactly. Yeah, like how nowadays guys, we know Kyrie isn't the greatest of, but when you just go, who's that guy? They just start drooling, man. Kyrie, whoo, do you talented? You go ask any of them players back in the 8. I don't care if it's Isaiah. If you go ask Dominique, you go ask Magic. Go look at Magic's face when you start talking about Bird. You know I work with Big Game James in the building. Start talking about that mother. I'm like, James, Big Game, we on TV. You can't. Big Game. That mother.
It's a problem, man.
And I think Larry
I'm all
Bird,
for guys who are a problem.
Yeah.
I need you to be a problem. I need when you get off the bus, they're like, oh, he's suiting up. Damn.
For the other bench to go crazy, like Larry Bird against the Hawks, where all you see is the Hawks players grabbing each other, falling out over. Dominique looking like, hey, he's torching us.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, cold-blooded. Larry Bird starts to get. I have to tell people, hey, you gotta relax on the Larry Bird.
So Ephraim, you don't have a quote unquote hot take that you just firmly believe in your core that you just roll with, and you just conventional wisdom.
Maybe like, is it a Tim Duncan? Like, is he not in your top 15, or is he maybe your number 6 or
He's
something?
my starting power forward on my top 5.
You're no fun
Tim
to play
Duncan
the same
is
way.
one of the greatest power forwards to ever play, hands down.
Well, I'm with you.
You can't even argue that. And it wasn't flashy. He didn't say a word. He just gave you the business. That's it. The business. He gonna give it all you want, and there's nothing you can do to stop him.
He was. For those who don't know or don't get it, because, if you're 26, you didn't really see.
Good Lord.
He was, I always tell people, what made Tim Duncan great, because why is he the top? Look at his numbers. He's like 20 and 10. What's the big, plenty of people had 20 and 10. Then you didn't watch. He was kind of Patrick Mahomes-like, and he made 3 plays in that game the last couple of years of Patrick Mahomes. He hasn't been great, the greatest. This isn't his first few years. But he makes 3 plays a game. You go, this, and if you're playing against him, if you're Josh Allen, I outplayed. I did. How did we lose to him? Tim Duncan would make the most annoying block shot at the most opportune
basketball
time.
IQ
He would make the most annoying jump hook when his team needed the most. He would make the most annoying back screen
get the
pick,
rebound.
turn around
if
and tip
Greg
it in.
Popovich didn't take him out the game in that Miami at the end of that game, then that rebound doesn't get tipped out to Ray Allen.
Chris Bosh, who gets it.
Yo, have you guys seen the KG clip talking about when he tried to trash talk Tim Duncan? And then he would just give up. He'd be wasting his energy trying to get him all riled up and doing work. And he's like, no, but Timmy would talk trash, but he would do it in phrases. He wouldn't say no words.
Not don't jump there.
Yeah, he'd be like, got you almost.
You're right.
And then he's like, the worst one, he'd be like, nice try.
Next time, big fella. Yeah.
That's cold-blooded there.
Tim Duncan was the most annoying I was a Pistons fan.
I'm a Laker fan.
Game 7, Pistons go to the finals with him. He would just make the most annoying, perfect play. You're like, all right, we were down 8. We're making a comeback. You feel it. He would just make a shot off the glass and then block a shot. 2 plays in a row. And you're like,
the perfect play, man. That's what I need in my top 5.
Well, okay,
I need the guys making the perfect play.
So speaking of that Spurs Heat final, real quick against it. My big hot take that I stand on, that similar to yours, where Isaiah over Steph. I believe to my core that the Heatles era was a disappointment. And they won 2 championships.
Oh yeah,
I think a lot. I think
is that not a hot take anymore?
No, it's not a hot take.
No,
it's not a hot take because they started it off getting beat by a guy, right? They started that off. They got beat by a guy.
Dirk went crazy.
Right,
the whole run.
I must say the exciting White's getting a lot of love in this segment.
You were excited.
Well, all I'm saying is that took the mystique from the Heatles and brought them down a notch. Yeah, they went and won 2 back-to-back after that, but it just wasn't enough to sustain.
And then when they went out bad.
Yeah, and it just wasn't enough
to me. Yeah,
that was it.
If let's say they lost to the Spurs on that, then when they played them again, 2014. Let's say they bounced, but came back and won another one or something. But the fact that it just ended it all.
Think about it like this:
you're like, ooh.
The Rockets in the '90s, they got 2 in when Jordan
disappeared,
took off. They got 2 in, but we don't talk about that team as, the greatest teams or anything like. No, they won 2 championships. They should have possibly won more, but they didn't. The Heat, they said 6, 7, 8, 9, however many championships, and they just didn't get it done. And because it started off in a place where they weren't taking their opponent serious in the finals, and it came back to bite them.
And that's a key part. Had they lost to the Mavs in a Game 7 and Dirk just went crazy, 48. Maybe LeBron had 44. It was just one of the most epic duels ever.
They were up 3-2, right, in that series.
I think they were up 2-0.
No, they were up 2-0, and then
they came back and
lost
got
4 straight.
Four straight.
Yeah,
that's what's disappointing because it's not often that you lose because nobody has disrespect for Magic losing some of those. It's how you lose, right? And it's how LeBron looked in that loss. If LeBron wins that, and
they go 3, they win 3 in a row.
There's a chance maybe
they stay. Maybe they good 4.
Yeah, and that loss is the big of all the things, more than the decision, in my opinion. That's the biggest stain on his career. Is that not just that you lost, it's how you looked in the loss. You didn't go out on your sword. You didn't go out with a blaze. You go out losing with 38 points and you just lost. Like, if he would have lost in Game 7 versus the Warriors when they went, and end up coming back down 3-1, you would have like, hey, he went crazy, though. 41, triple-double, but maybe Kyrie misses that shot, they lose. You would be like, man, he went crazy. You get what I mean? He looked bad in the loss is what was the issue. Like, we all were sitting there going, is he okay? Is J.J. Barrera's Rob G's height, literally, and he's guarding him in the like, what's going on here? This one time, it wasn't even a joke. He's like literally your height.
Nah, he's like 3 inches taller than me, if we're being honest.
No, that's NBA height.
Okay.
He ain't for real, 3 inches taller than you.